Hi, and welcome to Vikings Discovered. We've got a special episode for you today, starring a real-life Viking. He was cryogenically frozen in Area 51 and now has been thawed. His name is Solveig. Hey, I know these guys are bloodthirsty. The monks around their time wrote about him. They said they were bloodthirsty, primitive, and barbaric. Hey now. The main topic of the discussion today is to acknowledge and iron out some misconceptions of Vikings and their society and legacy, as well as talk about how the idea of written, recorded history can change over time. Well, I'm sure there aren't many misconceptions, right? They were all the same, and history doesn't change. I know that much. Sorry, Aaron, I'm gonna have to stop you there. I think we should let our guest talk first. But I'm a guest too.
Hi, thanks for having me. Well, firstly, I'd like to say that us Vikings aren't what we seem. We weren't just evil and bloodthirsty, but we were more sophisticated.
Okay, I think we've got a schism of ideas here, so I'm gonna try something. Aaron, say something about Vikings you think is true, and Solveig is going to confirm or deny. After all, he was there. Okay, first one. Vikings raided innocent monks.
True, but
Told you.
okay, let me clarify. We did raid them, but not for the sake of raiding and killing. Our own people were beginning to lose hope. Our nation was harsh and unforgiving, and we were running low of resources. We were overpopulated. The monks were poorly defended and had a lot of silver, which what people would use to trade at the time.
I think he got you on that one. Thanks, Solveig.
No problem, Joseph.
Okay, I've got one. The Vikings were unruly and savage. Everyone knows they were simple-minded.
Well, actually, we were more sophisticated than some countries today, especially compared to that place you call the United States.
Yeah, I think we can all agree on that one. Totally.
Anyway, back in the Viking days, we had a thing called what was it? Oh yeah, the thing.
What, so you can't remember what it was called?
No, it was actually called the thing. It's like the local council of the town. You guys have that today, don't you? The thing was made up of the freedmen, or the commoners of the town. Basically, our job was to come with the rules, settle disputes, and select new leaders. So no, we weren't barbaric.
Okay, that seems fair. I've got another one. Something else that everyone supposedly knows is that Vikings were patriarchal and dominated by men. Don't you think that's a negative aspect of their society?
Actually, they weren't. In fact, some women had more power than most men in certain Viking societies. I remember that usually whenever the men went out to voyage or raid, women were left in charge of running things back at home. And women weren't completely powerless with men around either. Women were allowed to get divorced, own property, and even participate in trade.
Huh, now I see why I was wrong to just assume that Vikings were ruthless and primitive. I guess I was wrong. Is this what you were talking about when you said history can change, Joseph? Exactly. What those monks recorded about the Vikings, for example, was clearly biased and not accurate. And yet, for many years, what they wrote was considered history. The thing is, it changes. Just because the monks wrote about the Vikings, it doesn't mean it was any more true. The best way to see if history is true in any circumstance is to compare a certain source of information, say, what the monks wrote, with other sources from that time period. See if things match up. Anyway, that's all the time we have today, so thank you both for being on Vikings Discovered. Thanks for having me on the show, Joseph, and it was nice to meet you, Solveig. I guess I really did learn a lot.
Well, guys, thanks again, and I'll see you next time.